I secretly dropped poison into my wife's water, then casually handed it to my wife. After putting on a smile and inviting my wife to toast, I quickly found an excuse to leave, but feeling uneasy, I hid in the shadows, watching my wife drink all of the tainted beverage. That poison had no odor whatsoever. 8 hours after taking it, the heart would stop beating, but it would leave no trace. All symptoms would be identical to a heart attack. Sure enough, before long, my wife passed away from heart failure. For the next few days, I pretended to be devastated with grief. Finally, one evening after all family members had left, I immediately excitedly rode my motorcycle, secretly arriving at a hidden house, and the girl who opened the door was exactly the reason I harmed my wife. Actually, my wife was not only much older than me, even my respectable job was given to me by my wife, and my wife was very domineering. Whenever I didn't obey, she would threaten to kick me out of the company. I had long grown tired of it, but had to endure it. But a few months ago I met the gentle and considerate Carla. After some time, we planned all of this. Next, as long as we successfully passed the autopsy and got my wife's massive inheritance, I could take Carla and escape far away. But just at this moment, I received a call from the police. The police said my wife's body had actually disappeared from the morgue. Hearing this news, we froze on the spot. Could our plan have been exposed? Carla worried the police had discovered something and deliberately set a trap, but I was certain I hadn't made any mistakes. After thinking for a moment, I still decided to go see what exactly had happened. After arriving at the morgue, I learned just half an hour ago, the security guard here had rushed onto the road from the woods in panic, and was hit by an oncoming vehicle and knocked unconscious. After checking the surveillance footage, we found he had escaped from the morgue, seemingly frightened by something, but strangely, except for the camera that captured the guard, which was intact. All other cameras had been destroyed, so the police couldn't find anything. Then they discovered a body was missing from the morgue. It was my wife. Hearing all this, I finally felt relieved. This meant my situation hadn't been exposed. Officer Jimmy asked if my wife and I had offended anyone while she was alive. I replied we had no conflicts with anyone. Just then Jimmy was called away, and I took the opportunity to call Carla. I said I wasn't under suspicion, but still asked Carla to go to the hospital and inquire about the security guard. I had confirmed that everything the police told me was true. Then I quickly hung up and deleted the call record. The medical examiner then asked if my wife had any illnesses while alive. I denied everything. Then I tested the medical examiner, whether they had concluded my wife died of heart failure. After the medical examiner said it was very likely, I instantly relaxed somewhat. But this response made people uncomfortable. I was too calm when facing my wife's death, but the police had no leads. After being detained for a while, I started getting impatient. I demanded to go home immediately, but just then, the lights suddenly dimmed. The entire building lost power. The officer asked me to return to the office, then went to check elsewhere. Suddenly there was noise from the morgue behind me. I followed the sound and walked in, only to find an iron box had mysteriously appeared on my wife's morgue drawer. The iron box contained some of my wife's belongings from when she was alive, and an empty sealed bag. Suddenly I caught a glimpse of an open cabinet door nearby. Driven by curiosity, I lit a lighter to look, but what was inside almost scared me out of my mind. It was exactly the poison bottle I had used on my wife before I could react. The lights suddenly came back on,